wifey. Scooter ride on deck.
Disaster, put we in check. We have a side of just signs, because them know not the time. We have a side of just signs, because them know not the time. Hurricanes and earthquakes on the rise, another drought. It's no surprise, enough industries polluting our once clear skies. Wasteland fill, oil spill, time to realize we have a side of just signs, because them know not the time. We have a side of just signs, because them know not the time. Others waste what they should share. We have a side of just signs, because them know not the time. We have a side of just signs, because them know not the time. Cost of living gets so high, rich get richer, the poor them try. What's gone wrong in this time? If you love and hate, it's a wealthy line.
Hey, how's it you guys? Aroma Surf right here. Apollo Boost Part 3 continued. Equipment positioning. Okay, today the wifey had her first ride, and now she requested that we adjust the brake lever positions and the throttle computer position on the handle set to where it's more comfortable for her to ride. Okay, today we're going to be using our 5mm, our 4mm, and our 3mm from our graciously provided, I call it the Canadian Swiss Army knife of scooters. And basically we're going to be using these settings here, our brake settings in the back over here, come around this way, our brake settings in the back over here, and then back to the front, our handlebar angle settings here, these 4 lugs here. Okay, we'll be right back, and we're going to make these adjustments, guys, and then stay tuned. Aloha. Okay, so wifey, what were the adjustments that you'd like us to do today?
So my hand is not that big, everything little bit more up, especially the brakes.
Okay.
So hard to grab.
Okay, okay, got it. So basically, when she's riding the Ghost, her hands are smaller than mine, of course, so it's hard for her to reach the levers down in this position. She'd like to have the levers brought up, and then the throttle computer as well, we're going to bring that up so it's closer to her reach and also her view. Right on, guys, we'll be right back. Follow us along as we do the adjustments. Hey, how's it, you guys? All right, we're going to do these adjustments First we're going to do the brakes, just to get that out of the way. Actually, first we're going to do the throttle, the computer, because it's got to come up first to allow the brake levers to come up. So we're going to be using our number 2, our 2 mil. As you can see, there's 4 little screws right here. Just going to loosen those screws. Don't lose those screws. Obviously, screws are replaceable, but not recommended. It's a hassle. Okay, I didn't have to take them out. I just had to loosen it so that I can kind of slide this comfortably. Okay, and then I also am going to loosen my dual single mode turbo echo gauge, which there's a little nut that you guys can't see that's right back here. I'm going to come in underneath on that one. There we go. Okay, I loosened that up as well. Again, when loosening this kind of stuff, I recommend not really taking the screws or the lugs all the way out. Just loose enough to turn them, okay? And the brakes, last stage, that's with our 5 mil. Okay. Really easy, guys, real easy to do. And then also I'm going to go ahead, we're going to go full scale here. I'm going to adjust the headset angle as well. And I'm going to use my that is my 4 mil for that. And there are 4 lugs kind of hidden behind the cables here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cool. Okay, let's play around with this. I'm going to go ahead and rock the angle of the headset back, just because naturally it seems to make the recommendations that she requested kind of naturally fit and sync. And then I'm just going to fine adjust all the other components here. So again, she's smaller than me, so we're going to rock this a little bit more in a backward motion. Again, I'm trying to gauge her height. That looks about right. And then we tighten these back up, just the same way that we untightened them. And kind of go crisscross. Always recommend that. Just gives a more even torquing of the lugs. And that's a beautiful thing in the lug world. Okay. This is going to be fun. I'm excited. Always excited on my Ghost, but more excited to see the wifey excited on the Ghost, because we did buy that actually for her, and I've just been kind of controlling it. Can't blame me. This thing's amazing. So good for her. I just feel a lot safer with her on this bike because the suspension and the higher visibility as well is really crucial. She can be seen, you know, riding on this bike. It's not going to be a mystery. Okay. Don't want to over tighten anything, of course. In the screw and lug world, it's comfortable, tight. Just kind of double checked everything. It's important that it is tight, of course. You're holding on to these things. Okay, as far as handlebar headset angles, we're looking good. That's feeling really good. Now we're gonna fine tune the grips. Okay, she's riding. She's gonna want it more right up, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten. This one's a little snugger, so I'm just gonna start with this one. I'm on the brakes again. It's that 5 mil. All right, let's bring it right up there. Check it. Okay, that's a little extreme. There we go. Yeah. Let's try that. Okay, now you're standing up on this thing. Everything's a lot closer now, I notice. Which I guess for a smaller person is good. I'm about 6'1" and she's about 5'6", so just to give you guys some perspective on her size, she's weighing probably just around 100 pounds, 5'6". I'm about 165, 6 foot, 6'1"-ish. So pulling the handlebars back does reduce the distance of reach. So if you're taller and you have longer arms, it might somewhat cramp you, and that's why I had mine originally kind of flared forward. But this is for her. Okay. Definitely really right there. Okay. Bell now I'm going to raise up, including the ignition switch. Okay, looks like Bell's a Phillips. Okay, nice little bing, 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 let folks know. Okay, that's a nice angle. Okay, the ignition switch is probably good actually where it is. Yeah. So I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay, everything looks good on the left side. The right side brakes are there as well. Now all we're gonna do, guys, is tighten up our computer, throttle. Now we got some cabling here, so obviously I can't go too tight. Never want to go too tight. And that should be a hint that that angle shouldn't be more than probably that. Just to, again, not put pressure on things. Okay, and they seem to be far enough from each other to where you're not going to make that mistake just because of the angles. You do have to lift a little bit to get that. So, of course, the wifey's going to go out and try it after this, so that's kind of exciting, guys. You get to get her first opinion on the new settings, the ride after the new adjustments, everything, double checking. Good to go, guys. See you on the street. So how was it?
It's much easier. Look. Easy to grab the brakes and
Okay.
then speed.
Beautiful. So we adjusted the brake position as far as the levers, guys.
Before I got these,
Right.
much easier.
Okay, we also added some tilt of the headset toward you. Can you feel that?
No, just a little bit.
Okay, and then also the computer.
And it's now
throttle.
easy to see too.
Okay, so very easy to see. She can see the speedometer better. Awesome. Right on.
Thank you.